What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Morbid Curator podcast. I'm your host, RotKorpse, and with me, as always, Science Broe. What's up, man?
What's up? How's it going?
It's going great, man. After
Sweet,
that
dude.
badass weekend.
Dude, I'm still recovering. I'm still tired. All that. It was a great weekend. Lots of fun stuff. Lots of walking. That's
Yeah,
for
for sure.
sure.
Let's go ahead and tell the followers that we're going to be, this is a special episode. We're going to be talking about our trip to New York Comic Con, or just in New York in general. So how'd you feel about it, man? I know it was an 8-hour drive there. Wasn't too bad.
Nah, not too bad at all, dude. It was a good ride. We got to talk about some comics and some movies on the way there, and it was a good time. So I mean, I love that city, so I always have a fun time whenever I go.
Yeah, man.
Gotta go there, and do some monster hunting too, because there's plenty of that there. Plenty of opportunity for that there.
Oh, trust me, I found that out pretty quick. It was only
All types.
yeah, it was only my second time being there, but I love it there too, man. It was a great time. Saturday we walked around New York City and got to see all the cool stores and all the people, which we're not used to here in Ohio.
Yeah, it's definitely different scenery.
Yeah, for sure, man. Hundreds and hundreds of people on the sidewalk. You got people honking in traffic. Everybody's pissed off at each other.
Come on, wasn't that bad? But yeah, there was a lot of food. I think you almost got run over a few times.
I did almost get run over. That did happen.
Yep. See, you gotta be careful, man. I tell you, they don't care there.
They don't. One of my favorite things though was Midtown Comics. Man, that place was fucking awesome.
Hell yeah, dude. That place has got like everything, and two floor. Well, the one downtown. I've never been. I guess they have two other ones in
really?
Manhattan, but I never been to those. But yeah, that one's awesome. 2 floors. First floor, you got all your new comics and some key issue stuff behind the counter and all the toys and the statues. Dude, that's like so much stuff there. It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's
dude.
Crazy and so much fun.
The trade paperbacks, it was like a library. There were so many of them.
Oh yeah, it was like more than you've probably ever seen. I know for me it is.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure, man. That was by far, even that, I don't think it was bigger than that Forbidden Planet that we went to also in New York, but
that place is huge. Yeah.
Yeah. The statues were awesome too, like their selection.
Oh yeah, go upstairs and they got like huge. I mean, stuff I've never even seen, dude. They had that awesome Doom, Dr. Doom statue. The one that's so bad, and their stuff is like reasonably priced. I don't know. They must buy in bulk.
Yeah,
because I swear it's like a lot cheaper than they would be here.
Oh yeah,
no
for sure,
offense to local places.
And they were like huge. Like they were. I mean, I have quite a few statues also that were like really high dollar, which were still those big statues were still cheaper than mine.
Oh yeah. Like, well, even that Dr. Doom thing. I think that thing was like 2.5 feet tall, something like that. But,
so if you guys are ever trying to find reasonable statue prices and high quality statues, go check out Midtown Comics in New York City. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah. I think they'll ship too. You can't take that, especially if you go there. It's hard to take some of that stuff like on the subway.
Yeah, for sure.
They'll
get
ship
mugged.
out. Yeah, you never know. And plus, like again, like they even have like their own special Midtown Comics variant issues. Like covers, like incentive covers that you can't get anywhere else.
Yeah,
people are selling those things like like they're selling them on eBay for $50, and they're like $10. Because I mean, not everybody gets to go to Manhattan. So that's why it's so much cheaper there. But
yeah, definitely.
But yeah, that place kicks ass. I love it.
Yeah, it's got to be one of my favorite comic shops that I've been to. It was definitely it was quite the experience.
Yep. And then what about Forbidden Planet? I mean, that's like you mentioned before. That's a huge place too.
Yeah,
they have like more like toys, and then of course again graphic, graphic novels and stuff like that. It's like I mean, how many shelves of graphic novels did they have? Like seven?
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
man. It
know.
was that
A
was like a
lot.
library too. It was crazy how many trade paperbacks they got.
Trade paperbacks. Yeah, I'm not even seven. I want to say like when I say seven shelves, that doesn't even sound like a lot. But I don't know, seven bookcases.
Yeah, I mean they
Full?
were
It was just
long. They were like long bookcases.
right. Yeah, and then like I said, they had a bunch of older toys too.
Dude,
Like Midtown Comics is awesome, and sorry, I was going to say real quick, Midtown Comics is cool because they got like a bunch of toys, mostly newer stuff, but like Forbidden Planet has so many like old toys too, like stuff it's so hard to find.
yeah, they had like those old school spawns and just a bunch of the Marvel Legends and all that cool, like the old school shit.
You right?
My
Yeah, this place is cool.
my favorite part of it though was their little movie selection where they had all those fucking classic B movies
Oh
that
yeah,
nobody's fucking heard of.
yeah. What was I forgot about? Because I've been there before, and I totally forgot they had that little section of like awesome movies that, like you said, you can't find. Like, what's the one you got?
Yeah, I
You
ended up
bought one.
getting I Drink Your Blood.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's a badass movie, man. It was a great find. It was cheap there too. It was awesome.
Right. And then there was a whole bunch of other ones too, and just I mean stuff I've kind of heard of. You can get like you said, you can watch it on Tubi, but it's kind of cool when you go to a store and they actually have that like the physical media because you
Yeah,
can't find that anywhere. It's,
yeah, I'm big on buying like the physical copy of them and stuff. I guess you could call me
Mhm.
old school or something, but
Hey man, that's nothing wrong with that. I dig it. I dig it.
yeah. So that was pretty good for our adventures on Saturday, and then Sunday was
Let,
our big day.
yeah, and what day? What? Oh, that was Friday. We got there Friday. We also I just want to give a little shout out to that little mom and pop store. What was it called?
Oh
Paradox
yeah, yeah,
Comics.
yeah. I think
Yeah, that was a pretty cool little. Yeah, that was a cool little store there in New Jersey. I dug it.
yeah, yeah. I was in Jersey, and yeah, man, they had a lot of cool ass toys there too. They had the Twisted Oz figures.
Yeah, I haven't seen those in so long. I saw that there. I'm like, oh my god, I totally forgot. I've probably 20 years since I've seen any of those. I totally forgot about them. They're pretty hard to find, like out in the wild like that.
Yeah, man. And for being as small as like a little mom and pop shop, dude, they had some really great key issues, graded key issues.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, behind the counter there, all slabbed and everything.
Yeah. It was awesome. I was I was so tempted, man, to spend my whole wad on something.
I know that was the first night we got there too. You're like, wait, you gotta be, be patient.
Yeah.
It's tough though. So sometimes we go places like that, 'cause where we're at here, we don't see stuff like that very often.
Yeah.
So,
Especially for like reasonable pricing. It's crazy how the shit in New York was like pretty well priced, It wasn't horrible.
right? Yeah, exactly. That's why I like those stores that we went to. I always remember actually when I was there before, they were always like you said, not too bad, as far as pricing goes. So,
Yeah, and they had a shit ton of back issues also. That was real nice.
hmm
I bet people who live there locally just love picking through all those.
oh yeah, dude, they get spoiled. They're spoiled. They have stuff like that so close by.
I know, right?
Jeez. But
But yeah,
yeah,
man.
that was a good day.
Yeah, it was great. The first 2 days were awesome. I mean, uh, and we haven't even been to the con yet, so it was already a great weekend. And then we woke up early as fuck, got up and headed to our parking spot and walked to what's the name of the place?
The Javits Center there in right off the Hudson River.
Yeah, yeah, man. It was. I still like. I mean, it's been like what, a week since we've been there, and I'm still just on like this high of how great it was.
Yeah, dude, it was awesome. So many people and cosplays and all that. I mean, Lord, I remember just overwhelming. You walk in and it's like sensory overload, especially when you love this kind of stuff. Got everything everywhere, and I've never seen so many amazing fantasy 15s in one spot in my life. I mean,
I
it was
know,
just
dude.
crazy.
It was crazy when we first walked in, and just how many people were lined up in that. Like we thought we were pretty early,
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's true.
and we
Yeah,
got
I got
there.
ahead
We
of
were
myself.
like, they shoved us all into this. It was in the building, but it was like, what would you even call that? Like, was it like a parking garage thing or something? Like,
It looked like one. I don't know what that. I mean, I've been to that Javits Center before because I've been to the convention once before in 2016, but I was working it. But yeah, this was. I don't know. I didn't go to this room before, so I don't know what that was. It did look like a parking garage, but it was all roped up and like they had everybody hurt or like cattle in there. I guess you could say.
yeah, I don't think I've ever been in a room with that many people. Like, it was so. I can't even explain how many people were there. Just
Well,
in
we
line.
took a picture.
Yeah,
Right,
we
we
did.
took a picture. I don't know if you posted that on the podcast Facebook page, but I mean that'd be a good idea how many people were there. And
Yeah,
knowing that forward, I mean we really didn't have to get there, I guess, right at the beginning anyways. We probably could have got there at 10 instead of
yeah.
9 or whatever it was.
We follow that one page, and there was a lot of people talking about them. They were going later in the day instead of, but they've probably already been there like all week long. You
That's
know what I mean?
true. That's true. Good point. Yeah, because I mean we were there only one day, and there was like I think five levels, and I think we only really saw two.
Yeah.
But
Some piece of advice
it
to the
was huge.
followers: if you ever want to go to New York Comic Con, make sure you go at least 2-3 days, because there's so
Yeah,
much shit to do there. It's like ridiculous how much you can do there.
right. Yeah, it's crazy. It was nuts.
Yeah, and the cosplay, man. Honestly, if I'm being honest, I was expecting a lot more cosplay, I think, but we also didn't go see other floors as much and all that.
Yeah,
I mean, there was quite, don't get me wrong, there was quite a bit,
I, I
from,
think I think like Saturday, from what I understand, they say we went on a Sunday, so I think Saturday is like the day where most of the cosplayers go,
yeah,
and for some odd reason, I guess probably because Saturday's the busier day of all the days. But 'cause I saw a lot of pictures of like awesome cosplays that I didn't, they just hang out in that lobby area or whatever that main area before you get to the showrooms. And
yeah,
but I didn't see any. I didn't see any of the ones that like there was one that Spawn guy. He was there Saturday. I really wish we could have got a picture with him. He was fantastic.
yeah, dude, that would have been awesome. His cosplay was sick, dude. It was so good.
Uh-huh.
I think the best one that I seen there, like my favorite, was probably that Moon Knight that we got a picture with.
Yeah, that was pretty sweet. I don't know how to get the eyes glowing and everything. That was pretty awesome. You
Yeah,
did
it
a good
was
job
awesome.
on that.
Even that Batman guy, yeah, that was cool. That Batman suit.
Which one was that? The with the Iron Man, like the guy that was posing with Iron Man, the old school
No,
Iron
that
Man
one.
costume.
No, that one was cool too. But you remember, like towards the end, of us, we were about to leave, and
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It was like big, right? Like he had like the wings or something,
yeah, it was almost like
something like that.
he like lifted up his arms and like the wings came out, and he was like
Oh,
taking pictures with people, and like they were like huddling in front of him.
that's right. I remember now.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty dope.
Yeah. Who was that girl that I took the picture of? She was a cloud or something. What was that
Yeah,
character from?
it's from Naruto. She was
Okay.
the sexy jutsu. I'm not super familiar with the show, but I know this much at least. He does this thing where it's like a jutsu or whatever, and so Naruto's a guy obviously, but he does that sexy jutsu and turns into like a woman, and he like um
Oh,
the clouds, it's anime, so they're not going to show the boobs and shit like that, or just naked in general. So
yeah.
that's what those like little they're supposed to be like clouds.
I see. I remember that was actually yeah, because she's like an Instagram model or something, influencer maybe or something, whatever they're called.
Yeah,
What was her name? Oh yeah, Hanai.May. I'm just looking at the photo because of her screen name because she wanted to follow. HANII.MAE. I don't know.
yeah, go
My
give her a
lazy go
follow.
follow
She was pretty cool. I mean, you wanted a picture of her and shit, and she was real cool
Oh
about it.
yeah, of course, yeah, dude. They
So
love
that was
those
cool.
followers, man.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, yeah, dude. But it was cool. We had lots of cool stuff, and like I
Yeah,
said,
my
so many comics and figures and everything else. It was just,
yeah, dude. It's like if you came there looking for a book, any book, you probably would come out of there
hmm
with it. There's no way that somewhere in that building there wasn't the book you were looking for.
Oh yeah, no, it's so much. Like I always wonder though if you have to get. I mean, for anybody looking, unless you're reading something pretty obscure, which anything there is not, because everybody, usually people that go to that know all the books, but you'd have to go there like Thursday or Friday to get any kind of deal or any kind of good book or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're going there to get like I said, one of those huge key issues, which go there to buy like you know Hulk #1 or whatever the heck. You go there. I'm not sticking around. I'm out of there. I'm not carrying that book around with me in my backpack. So
Right. It's
I
crazy that
love
people
it.
can. It's crazy that people can go there and blow that kind of money.
Yeah, they must. I'm curious. I wonder how many of how many that those extremely high dollar books sell there during the weekend. But
I mean, how many Amazing Fantasy 15s did we see there? I mean, there was a shit ton.
that's what I was saying. I mean, at least saw 10 or
Yeah.
12. I mean, I don't even. I'd like to look it up and see how many are even in circulation at this
Yeah.
point.
In that
But
that $60,000 Sonic game, that was crazy.
oh my gosh, I still don't understand that. I don't know. It was a Sonic Genesis, like a Sonic game from Sega, and it was in like a case, right? Like a graded case, like
Yeah,
you can grade a book, but they do the video. Yeah. So and what did they say on the label? It said plus 60 grand, like some auction, pre-bid auction or something. I don't know. That's just mind blowing to me.
yeah. It was almost like that was the starting bid. I mean, I'm not real sure. I don't know how that shit works, but the way it looked, it sounded like that was like the starting bid of it because it was like
Yeah.
it was $60,000 plus, like with a plus sign, and then it said like pre-bid or some shit. So I don't know, man. I don't know if it's worth more than that or what, but that's insane.
I know. I mean, think about that. I mean, I had that game when I was a kid. Who would have known? I don't know. Stuff like that would be worth that much these days. I know. I'm sure that the game was unopened, and still sealed, but still
Yeah.
nuts.
Well, yeah, I think,
Awesome
man, it's the
stuff.
same as even with comics. Like back then, they weren't like a collector's item. People actually read them.
Right.
Nobody knew they were gonna be $150,000 comics now and shit. So
No, nobody knew. But yeah, besides the comics and toys, they also I guess this does include toys. Super Seven was there, which is awesome. They do like all the they have like these cool action figures where it looks like the old. I mean, the style of the figure is kind of like the old school '80s GI Joe, but they have this cool artwork for the backing card, and I think that's what people pay for pretty much. So they
yeah,
had a big booth. Yeah, they had a big booth there, some cool exclusive stuff, and like I
yeah,
said, that was just we didn't really explore that area that much. I guess we kind of did, but it was just so large
yeah, man. It was
that area.
it was so overwhelming with how much stuff there was. So many booths, so many vendors just selling comics and toys. That was another cool thing is
Hmm.
that there was toys there. I mean, if you're looking for toys, that's a big place to look for those too.
And bootleg. What was that one booth that was like bootleg Blu-rays or something? There was like one booth that was huge.
Yeah, dude, it was just
Nothing
like
but junky. I don't know.
it was like he printed off like the cover on the internet and slipped the piece of paper of
Oh
the
yeah.
printed.
I
Hey,
guess
man,
some
I
of that
guess
stuff is cool if you can't find. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, I was gonna say if you can't find it anywhere, I guess that's the only place you can really get
Yeah.
it if you want it on DVD.
Right. Right.
What kind of figures did you get? You got They Live.
Oh, I got. They live. Well, I went there. They wanted Um, they had like a They Live set. The Roddy Piper movie, the John Carpenter film. A guy, a woman, and a man ghoul. The alien version,
Yeah,
and they glow in the dark, which are really sweet. But they were sold out of the male one, so I got the female one only, and My Pet Monster. They made one with like My Pet Monster, which is another '80s toy that was like a basically it was a big stuffed animal in the '80s, and it came like it looks like a monster, and it comes with like, his hands chained, and the backing card on that is cool because it looks like the hand of the monster. I don't know. We'll have to post some photos of that too. And what was the other one? Oh, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. some kind of special one. Yeah, I think I could only get there.
Yeah, man.
But they had a whole bunch of cool stuff there. Yeah, that store is like really awesome. I love that place.
Yeah, those were a good find. Those toys you got, those were definitely fucking badass.
And they weren't even that much. They're only like $20 each. It's just that's the cool thing about getting exclusives. You get that, and if you can't go, the only place to buy them is on eBay when they're triple that.
Yeah, you're paying a couple $100 for something that you just.
Right.
I mean, same with those exclusive New York Comic Con Vanish #1 that we got, the foil covers.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, dude, those are sweet.
Yeah, man, those are awesome. I'm glad that we got there at a decent time to be able to pick those up.
Mm-hmm. Right, and then we got to meet, Donnie Cates and Ryan Stegman too. Beginning that was pretty
Yeah,
sweet.
yeah, man, that was the reason why I went to New York Comic Con, was to meet Donnie Cates and Ryan Stegman. If I just met those two and that was the end of the con for me, I would be happy. But
Nice.
and we did. We met Ryan Stegman, got a couple books signed by him. Really, really cool guy.
Mm-hmm.
Which I expected. I mean, I've been following them. I've been listening to their podcast for probably a year and a half now, and I just kind of expected them to be pretty cool. And I'm glad they were, because that would have just ruined my whole life if they.
Here's your book. It's signed. Get the fuck out of here, kid.
Right, get out of here.
I'm busy. I'm busy now. Get out of here. Yeah, no, yeah, they were really cool. That book is just a side note. I think we're gonna do another episode on that book, but it's fucking awesome. Yeah, so I'm excited for that series.
Yeah, it just came out. A couple weeks ago? It was like a few days before we went to the con, I think.
Mm-hmm. It was pretty close. Yeah.
Yeah. So. It was a great book, man. They did a really, really good job on that, and I'm glad that we, it's kind of just something cool that we went to New York. My first time going to New York Comic Con, it was like when Vanish #1 came out, and we were able to get it signed by them and met both of them. I mean, just think about in like 20 years from now when I'm telling my kids this shit, it'd be cool. Like, it just came out, and so that's pretty cool. Then it just made the whole con for me, just meeting those two. But we also what were you gonna say?
No, I was just gonna say because I got a different. We both got different covers. You got one that was Stigman, Drew, right, and mine was Greg Capullo.
Yeah. I had the Stegman cover, foil cover. Yours is foil too, right?
Right. Yeah.
And you got the
it's a very 90s, like it's very 90s cover. I think that whole thing is like almost like I mean, again, we'll talk about this when we talk about the book, but the whole book is like, I swear it's like a homage to like Image when they first started in the 90s.
Yeah, it's got Todd McFarlane and Spawn written all over it,
Yeah, you very highly influenced.
But yeah, man, we saw Greg Capullo. And that was awesome. You got your book signed.
Mm-hmm. Heck yeah, it was him and
Scott
Snyder. Who's going to say Zack Snyder? That's the guy who directed. Scott Snyder. They were cool guys, man. They were at the booth there together, right? They were like really chatty with everybody. They were like super awesome to talk to.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. They had the longest line too out of everybody that we saw.
Oh, it was. Yeah, we got there. That was like one of the first, but we waited almost an hour, I would say.
Yeah.
In that line, and that was I really thought Stegman and Gates would have been longer, but it wasn't. We just pretty much walked right up there.
Yeah, I was actually really surprised. We waited, I think, maybe 15, 20 minutes for Stegman, and then Donnie Cates, dude, we walked pretty much right up to his booth. So
yeah, but they were all awesome.
Yeah, Greg and Scott they were really cool. I've been following Greg for a long time. He's one of my favorite artists. I had him sign a couple old school Spawn books from the early. It was like 1995 or something like that. I think it was issue 30. I can't remember.
30 something. Yeah, it was in the 30s. I remember it was an early issue.
I know it has Sam and Twitch on the front. But yeah, man, it was really cool. And then we got to meet Philip Kennedy Johnson. That was a treat, man. He was a really, really cool guy.
Yeah, he was super awesome. Nice, very, very personable.
Yeah. Had him sign the Alien books, and what'd you get from him? Didn't you pick up something from him?
I bought, yeah, I had Alien #1. I had him sign. I asked him to sign, and also I didn't even realize he was doing some of those 007 books from I think it's Dynamite
Yeah.
Comics or whatever. Yeah, he's must be writing for them, and I got issue 1 and 2 off of him for that. I haven't read it. I gotta sit down and read those sometime soon. But yeah, I got those two, and then the Alien signed by him.
Yeah,
We
dude.
almost missed him too because he was leaving. Right, he was about to leave. He wasn't even there very long. I don't think on Sunday.
Yeah, because he wasn't gonna be there till it was like 3:30, and we got there probably a little bit before 4. So I mean, he couldn't have been there too long.
No, nope, nope.
But
And then
dude, I'm not.
Andrew,
Go ahead, man.
huh? No, no, no. Go ahead.
I was gonna say like he was my favorite out of everybody to meet. He just was so just like down to earth and just
Right.
so appreciative over us being a fan of his. It was crazy. Like he was almost like tearing up when I was telling him how much of a fan I was of it. You know, it
That's
was just
awesome.
like
Heck yeah, man.
yeah, it was like just a great feeling. And like I wanted to get a picture with him, and I was kind of standing. I was standing on the other side of the booth, you know, and he was behind the booth because that's how I took a picture with Greg Capullo and Scott Snyder. It was like I was on the outside of the booth. I just kind of thought that was how it was supposed to be
Yeah, usually it
with
is. I mean,
COVID
not
and
very often. Right, not very often. I don't think they ask you to come behind the booth and take a picture. So
yeah.
that
So that
was
was
a nice
awesome. He was,
thing.
you know, I was already posed and everything, and he's like, "No, man, come back here and take a picture."
Yeah, yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude. It was such a great experience. Like I definitely want to go again. Hopefully, we can go next year. Hopefully, we
That'd
can
be
go a
cool.
couple days next year.
Yeah, that's true. Let me get that VIP package. I heard there's snacks, free snacks and drinks. But somebody also was saying that, like on the Facebook groups, about non-VIP people just walking in there and like taking all the drinks. I don't know. I don't know. People just talking
Yeah.
shit. But anyways, no, that would be good. Yeah, definitely a couple days. 'Cause like I said, there was a lot of stuff we didn't get to see. I think, and then some panels. A lot of the cool panels are on Friday and Saturday. Sunday didn't really have too many, so we
Yeah.
didn't get to see any of those.
What was the one that we wanted to see?
We wanted to see the Weird Al Yankovic because we got the movie coming out. It's got Daniel Radcliffe and some
Yeah.
other folks, but Weird Al wasn't even there because he had like a concert that night in Florida, so he couldn't be there.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So they got that movie coming out with him. But I also heard about that was like really weird because I think it was only 30 minutes. Like the whole panel was only like 30 minutes, and it ended like super abruptly. Multiple people were saying that like it just ended, like it wasn't even no like thanks for coming or nothing. It just stopped. It was over. I don't
Huh.
know if you saw that.
No.
I read that online, but yeah. So I think we didn't miss much with that, anyways. So
Yeah, that's crazy, man. What was the damn? I'm trying to think of. Oh yeah, Todd McFarlane. It was like a real last minute thing, him being there.
right.
And he was there every day besides the one day that we went. That would have been nice to. I doubt I'd had the money to see him, but to at least see him from a distance would have been awesome.
Right. Yeah, I think he was like signing at the CGC booth too. So I don't know if he had the booth that was like um, roped off or whatever, but he was definitely out, in the general population,
Yeah,
mingling with people. So yeah, it would have been cool to see him. I'm not sure
yeah,
why it sucks. I wish he would have stayed till Sunday, but I don't know.
right, dude. There were so many videos of him that he posted on like Instagram and Facebook where he's just like walking around and he's like you said in the general public and shit. That would have been cool just to like walk past and be like, dude, I really appreciate your work and I've been following you for a long time or something. You know, it's just been cool to meet him.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was like. I mean, as far as comics go, he was probably the #1 guy there.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
Off the
Frank
top of my
Miller was there.
head. Oh, that's true. Yeah.
We got to see him from a distance.
He's getting pretty up there.
Yeah, for sure, dude.
Yeah, I wish we could have saw him more, but he's still doing cons though, which is awesome. Heck yeah, man.
Do you know if he's got anything going on or anything? I haven't heard anything about
I
him.
probably not. I don't think so. I haven't heard anything. I don't think he's probably doing any more work. But I could be wrong. Maybe somebody out there knows that, but I don't think he is.
Yeah, if you guys do know if he is up to anything, just let us know in the comments. We would really like to know because, I mean, back at Sin City and shit, that was some badass stuff, dude.
Oh yeah, that and all that Batman stuff he used to do with Daredevil.
Oh
His
yeah,
Daredevil work is like legendary. I'd like to have some of those books.
yeah, for sure.
Isn't that one that big iconic Daredevil, the one where he's holding the revolver?
Oh yeah,
It's like
yeah,
that's him, right? This is No
yep,
More Mr. Nice Guy or something. I
yeah.
can't wait. I hope one day they recreate that with what's the guy's name? Charlie Cox
Oh yeah,
Disney. I hope they recreate that somehow on his new show coming when it starts. So I love that. I had that art on there.
dude, that would be sick. I actually think I have that copy. That's awesome, dude. I haven't seen those in a while. And does he do that Wolverine run too?
I don't know. I don't know about that. I have to look. I have to
Yeah, I'm not
research
really.
that.
I'm trying to think of because I have him pictured in my head. I just can't think of if that's him or not.
Oh yeah, of course. Yes, yes, yes. He did. Yes, of course. That one, the big famous.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, Wolverine #1, and Chris Claremont. Him and Chris Claremont. I mean, Chris Claremont was there too. But yeah,
Hell yeah,
that's
man.
true. Of
Oh
course, of
yeah.
course.
Forget about Jim Shooter was there.
Who? Who's that? I think he did the artwork for Secret Wars or something.
Dude, you're gonna get ripped alive by the comments, dude. All the DC or the Marvel and uh Secret
Me,
Wars.
was that guy? What happened there when we were like by his booth? I'll be honest. I'm telling you right now. I didn't know who he was. I didn't no idea. And like we're at his booth, and like I just saw a cover of like Secret Wars #8, so I assumed maybe he did like the art, but he wrote it, right? He's the writer. So and then like some guy there, I said that. Oh, I can't remember what I said, but there was some fan there by his booth that like gave me like the stink eye, big time.
Yeah, dude. I was like, gonna snap a pic of him because John Romita Jr. was there too.
Yeah, yeah,
And
him I'm familiar with. Yeah.
and so I was snapping a picture and you were like, who's Jim Shooter? What? And the dude like didn't you write the Secret Wars or some shit?
Or
And
something. Yeah, the art. Yeah, I thought he drew it, but he's like, yeah, like you said, he's the writer. So I was like, oh,
yeah, and the dude looked up like he was gonna fucking rip your head off. He's
I
like, what?
know, dude. God, fandom, toxic fandom. I tell you.
I know, dude.
Glad
You got
I'm
people
glad
are
I
gonna
had
be
my axe with me.
yeah, dude.
So I'm gonna have to use it, but yeah, no joke, dude.
But yeah, man, it was
But
such a great time. I think that was pretty much the wrap. I mean, it was a short day. It went so quick because I mean, I was on the ball, man. I knew exactly who I wanted to see. We waited in the
hmm
lines, and before we know it, it was fucking 4 o'clock, and the place ended at like 5, wasn't it?
right, yeah, we were, I only have one regret because after I found out, like the next day or two, remember when we were leaving, and I was like, oh, there's the tops. They make they baseball cards and Garbage Pail Kids.
Yeah,
I said,
yeah,
I see it, but I think we were kind of tired lately. Apparently, that the whole weekend there was like Adam Goldberg was there, and he is the producer of the Goldberg Show. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but it's on ABC, and it's like basically set in the '80s, and it's about his life, and I love it. And then he wrote. I picked up a Garbage Pail Kid comic at Midtown Comics, and he wrote that book
oh,
and
okay.
like he like did a story for that too, and he created this TV show as well, and he was there anyway. He's like signing books and meeting people. It's like, dang it! I had that book with me too. I bought it at Midtown Comics the day before, and I had it in my bag. I was like, it's that Blake green cover. It's like the Blake covers that people can do sketches on,
Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
green. It's the puke green color or something like that.
Hell yeah, dude.
But yeah, I'm just kind of bummed I didn't walk over there. I should have. But besides that, I was very satisfied with everything we did there during the actual convention. So
Hey, man, no regrets. No
no
regrets.
regrets, baby. No regrets. Maybe next year.
Yeah, dude, there was just so much shit going on. There was no way that I couldn't even. I mean, I was getting up to the booth and stuff, and I'm like fumbling my books around trying to get them out of the bags, and Uh, it was just there's just so much going on, so many people. You're just it's pretty overwhelming, but it's well worth it.
Mm-hmm. The next year, maybe we have like a. Well, we were going to buy those bags. Remember with the windows in it, people can autograph, so we don't have to take them out.
Yeah, dude.
So maybe have those ready and in a portfolio. Something that can just get them out quicker. I guess.
Yeah, that's definitely would have been more. It would have helped for sure. I'm surprised that
Yeah.
the comic shops had any in stock.
Nobody did. Yeah, I couldn't find those anywhere. Not even there at the convention. I mean,
They were even like asking, like it almost seemed like they didn't even know what the fuck we were talking about.
I know. Like the window bags. You have these? Like what?
Yeah, I'm like, what do you
Oh
mean?
my
What? Like,
gosh!
it's like one of
You
those
guys
things
sell this
that
stuff.
it's like the butterfly effect. Is that what it is? We're like,
All right. Maybe it never even existed. Maybe it's all in my head. But no, they are. It's only that one company that I can find them from. I think it's, well, I don't know what the name of it is off the top of my head, but yeah, they sell all the bags and boards and stuff. But yeah, no, the paint. Luckily, the paint dried quickly on the autographs, so we didn't get any smears.
yeah, for sure, man. That was one thing I was worried about.
Yeah, so
But
that's all good.
one more thing I gotta tell everybody: if you ever go to the fucking New York Comic Con, make sure you pack your lunch because you're gonna be waiting in a long ass line at some shitty ass roach coach just to get an $8 slice of thin paper pizza.
Dude, yeah, that was pretty crazy. I don't know. Some of the other stuff looked good, but I'm sure it wasn't any less expensive. But yeah, definitely pack your lunch and bring it. We should have did that, but
Yeah, we definitely did
we
that time with that.
we
We
almost
won't
need
fail.
two bags, huh?
I said we won't fail again. Next year we're gonna come prepared.
Yeah, something. We can even go to the. I mean, we can park closer. And even. I mean, we could have just walked out and got something outside of the Javits Center too, and got back in. But that's just part of the experience, Just
Oh yeah.
spending $8 on a piece of paper pizza.
Yeah. Hey man, speaking of pizza, you might want to shout out your
Oh
guys who
yeah,
make the best fucking pizza in New York City.
we went to Prince Street Pizza, which is my favorite, and I love it, and you guys loved it too, and
Yeah,
it
man, it was
was a
so good.
fantastic. It's like Detroit style. It's just so good, and greasy, and the line. How long did we wait in line for that? Probably 30 minutes, maybe.
Yeah, it had to have been like 30, and it like kind of wraps around the building.
Yeah, and everybody's like, "Why are these people in line?" I've been there a few times before, and I never waited that long. But it was a Saturday afternoon, so it's probably a little bit, busier. But yeah, I love that place. They got the little pepperonis and the that cup, and like they hold the grease.
Yeah,
It's a pepperoni. It's so
dude,
good.
I've never had a pizza with pepperonis like that. That was awesome. Like,
Oh, really? Oh man,
yeah,
yeah, dude, it's so good. Yeah, I love that place. I gotta go every time I go back.
yeah, it was
The
well worth it.
best.
But
Anybody else in like the city? Anybody else that lives in New York? I mean, everybody has their own favorite places, so I say the best, and somebody else will say Joe's or Bleecker Street Pizza, but those are different styles too.
oh
That's
yeah,
good.
yeah, everybody has their own opinions and stuff. I mean, it's at this point, it's my favorite pizza too. I'm glad you showed us it because
I'm glad
yeah,
you
I've
guys like
never,
it. Yeah, yeah, dude.
and it's like thick too. Like it's just
Oh yeah, it's a Detroit style. Then we had to eat it because like if nobody's if you haven't been there, it's like you go there and you order and you take it with you, pretty much. And they had like this one little, I don't even know what to call it, like covering where you could sit down, but it was packed, so everybody was there. So we had to like walk around the block and eat it off of a refrigerator that was sitting on the street. Some kind of refrigerator that said something about free public food or something. I don't know, but it was the only place where like nobody was like surrounding and so
I know, and everybody
that's
was like
all
looking
part of
at
the
us.
experience. I know it's all part of the experience though. I
Yeah,
don't care. I'm eating my pizza.
yeah, dude, it was good. That one dude came up to the fridge and was like staring at us, like
I know. He's
he's
about to
like,
take our
yeah,
pizza. Oh, is this free too?
yeah. I
Hell
was gonna
no, dude,
say
get
it's
away
like
from me.
it says free pizza, but you ain't getting this, man.
Nope, not that one. Hell no. But yeah, it was good. Good stuff there. You gotta have some pizza when you go to New York, that's for sure.
Yeah, man. So I'm probably gonna wrap this up, but I would definitely encourage anybody who's in the comics and the collecting figures or even anime, because they had a huge anime fan base there with all kinds of
Oh,
booths
huge.
and so
Big statues, things I never even heard of. I think I'm getting old because I'm like, I don't even know what this is. So big
yeah.
guy. What's the guy with he looks like a farmer. He's got like a red shirt and a hat. You
I'm
know what
not.
I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's somebody from One Piece, but I'm not sure.
Oh,
I'm not real familiar with that show or anything. But yeah, it's the dude from One
yeah.
Piece.
Yeah, they had anything you can think of. Now, when we go to any other convention, you're gonna be like, "Psh, what is this? This
I
is
know,
like
right?
nothing."
We're gonna go to like we're gonna go to like Horror Hound here in Cincinnati and shit. And be like, what the fuck is this?
You'll be like, "What is this?" Or all these other little bitty ones. But those ones are good though because you can find a lot of cool deals. Like everybody's going to New York Comic Con, so it's like you go these little ones. It's just a little different. But yeah,
Definitely, man. Well, thanks for hopping on again, and it's always a pleasure having you on.
of course, dude, it was awesome, man. It was a great trip. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, me too, man. It was definitely gonna shoot to do it next year too, and we'll try and
Yeah,
get the
yeah, yeah.
whole if we can get the whole week, that'd be sick.
Oh,
Give
that'd
us
be it.
time
It's almost like
every
you have to. You almost have to like do a whole week there. For everything.
yeah, no doubt, dude.
So
But
awesome.
all right, man. Where can all the followers follow you at?
ScienceBro.com, Science Bro with an E, BROE, Science Bro, and all the socials at Science Bro. You can find us all there and check me out. Not us, just that's just me, but you got,
Yeah, you can
your
check
own, but that's just me. Where's yours at?
Morbid Curator podcast on pretty much all socials. I think we're on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok,
Not Twitter.
YouTube.
You don't get on Twitter too much. I think your stuff is connected, but you don't really. I don't use it either because Twitter sucks.
Yeah, the main thing that we use is YouTube and Spotify. We're on
Right.
um, that's where a lot of our audio is at. So check out our YouTube channel, subscribe, make sure you like the videos, comment on the videos, tell us what you think of the podcast, and we really appreciate your guys' support. And
Cool.
just remember, get hip or rot.
Cool. All right. Cool.
All right, man.
See you later, dude.
Later, man.